Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wee Jem Show. We had a little glitch there. We went live, or we thought we were live, and we were doing the show, and then I realized we were not live. So apologies for that. Um, so welcome to the Wee Jem Show, and we have Pepper Jock with us. Hello, Graham. How are you for the second time?
Yeah, I'm very good. I think your viewers have just missed the best part of the show. That was quite funny, that bit. So
So
I
this is a
highlight
bit
the
like
night. And
deja vu.
anyway, yeah, but I'm fine. Yourself?
I'm really good, despite like having a fast start there. So sorry, everybody. We really apologize, especially me. Um, so Graham, you've just made a new CD. Do you want to play a tune, or do you want to tell us about your CD first? Because you had a great tune playing here. I think we should share it with everyone. I was loving it.
Yeah, that's off an old album. That was it. We were actually playing the Freedom Train when we realised we weren't live. Yeah, a new album out. Yeah, Plutocracy Exposed. Haven't done a lot of videos for it yet. But yeah, I can try and find you a tune from it. I think I looked one up today.
Oh, that's
Give me a wee
great.
second. Yeah, it's just basically it's just a political album. There's no indie songs on this one. I took a wee break from doing indie songs a couple of years back. I'm all right. It's an I. Sorry, DH. Yeah,
That's
here
all.
you go. I'll put that one on. Yeah, this is the first track on the new album, and it kind of sets a flavour to what the whole album's about. So yeah, this is called "I'm All Right, Jack," and it's just really about the capitalist society that we now live in. So yeah, let's let you hear this one.
Here we go. Take from the many, give it to the few, and convince them it's the right thing to do. We can use the media to make a call in a world where the rich man has it all. There will always be fools who'll do anything you say. Jack, it's all coming my way. The downtrodden, the underpaid, they need someone to blame today. Well, we've got immigrants and Muslims too. And if we're struggling, we can blame the Jew. It's easy to make a man hate. I'm alright, Jack, twisting their fates. Money, that's for sure. There's too many of them, so it's alright if a million die in the fight. They never learn, they never do. I'm alright, Jack, and they don't have a clue. Not a Scooby-Doo. I'm alright, Jack, and they don't have a clue. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm alright, Jack, and they don't have a...
Oh, that was awesome, Graham. So, like, the first question I'm going to ask is, who the hell is Jack?
Pepper Jack, I don't know. Yeah, I was just watching some of the It's quite good, actually. Yeah, when you get that, Bob Dylan will be on your tail. Somebody said it was, you get backhanded compliments. There was one song I put out. God, what was it called? I put a song out and don't know how many. I can never remember them. But and somebody came on and think you're ripping off Mark Knopfler. Somebody else came on and said, you're ripping off Leonard Cohen. Somebody else came on and said, all these people, I was ripping off. Bob Dylan was mentioned on that one as well. And I'm thinking,
you're quite unique, Graham. I mean,
these are all huge compliments, but they weren't obviously intended as compliments. But I'm thinking, well, if the guitar sounds like Mark Knopfler and the lyrics are like Leonard Cohen, I'll take that,
it could be worse, huh? They could have said you something.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was actually. It was funny that it came in there. No, I was aiming for a kind of Leonard Skinner type sound with that song. That's where I was kind of pointing at. But, anyway, yeah, I hope they liked it.
It was grand, and I left Haspray Stumble's comment on there for a specific reason, because they were the first person who was on the show even before we made the false live that wasn't a live. So I think they deserve a giveaway, Graham. What do you think?
I'll send them a Bob Dylan album. Yeah. I'll send a CD if they put their.
So Haspray Stumble, if you can get hold of me on Facebook, like on the Wee Jem Show, and just give me your details so that we can send you. If you Graham's at the drink, if you can send me your details so that we can post you or either a CD or a download. Hey, Graham.
Whatever, yeah, either or. Yeah.
You can get a free download of Bandcamp or something, or you can get a CD. It depends what you like.
Yeah, if they let you know, if I can send them. I don't think you'll get it free off Bandcamp, but I'll certainly send the files over anyway so that they've got it. So.
Well, I suppose it's up to Graham if he gives you the booby prize.
yeah. Two albums.
So we'll do another giveaway in a little bit. I'm just going to look at some of the comments. So there's quite a lot of people online. So thanks everyone for being here. There's Mr. E. And I missed some of the comments in the beginning. And there's Robert McInnes saying, very good song. Well done. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, thank you, Robert.
And Ashbury says compliments.
That's because he's getting a free CD now.
And then SN4RFF says hot. So there's so many comments on the screen, I can't get to them all now. I did get to them earlier on the false start though. So Graham, tell us a little bit more about your new album. You said it's mostly political, and because you've got a lot of independent songs. I think everybody knows you for your independent songs.
Yeah, I did I think the first 4 albums were all independent songs on those albums. Maybe one or two that weren't. And I think I got to about, I got to about 30 independent songs, and I thought, right, it's out my system now. I'm never going to write another independent song. So I did an album with personal. So this time it's personal, and it was all the kind of songs I'd written over the last few years that never got on to any independence albums, and that was quite well received, that album. And then I had a couple of comedy tunes kicking about that I've been writing sort of I think they're funny, but as I was once told, one man's wit's another man's half wit. So
if you don't laugh at your own stuff, nobody else is going to like.
Yeah. So I had a few, and I was a couple short. So songs just seem to come, when you need them. So I needed a couple of songs to finish that. So they came to me, and I put out a comedy album called Something Funny Happened.
I don't think I've heard
Yeah.
that one.
No, I don't think anybody's heard of it. It's my worst selling album, but
I'm going to go and buy it right now. Hold on, everybody, I'm going away.
No. Well, I'll put a wee song up from it. Actually, this is the first song on that album. Was a song called. Again, it was one of the two songs that I needed to kind of complete an album, and I became aware. I mean, I'm not really that switched on a guy, As I say, I have a pretty boring life, but
You don't.
they came. I became aware of these people that were appearing everywhere, calling themselves social media influencers, and I thought, well, I could probably do that. So anyway, I was driving one day, and the song just came into my head, and I had to keep pulling into a lay-by and writing the next verse and pulling into a lay-by. So by the time and then the thing is, when you get a song in your head, you have to deal with it there and then.
I know what it's like.
The amount of songs that I've lost because I'll never forget. It's so good, I'll never forget that. And then a couple of hours later, you can't remember a thing. So when it's happening, you've got to write it down. So the journey home, probably a half-hour journey, took about 2 hours to get back home. But as I say,
Awesome.
The song was constantly going through my head. I'll see if I can find it. Again, I've got a video in my head for this one. I'm a bit behind with my videoing. I'll explain to you why that is. But let me try and find this social media one. So the song's called, here it's here. Yep, I've got it. I seem to have two of them. 29.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Right. Here we go. Oh, I think I brought
Just
it in.
before you put the song on, somebody's asking if you're going to be. Oh, okay.
Sorry, what did you say?
Sorry, no, somebody just asked, are you going to be at the Grangemouth event on the 1st of March?
No, I'm not.
Now you're going to have
to be there tomorrow as well at the Labour Party conference. We should really do that wee song that Sean Moore wrote.
I know. Well, if you can come to Grangemouth, we'd love to have you there. Anyway, play the song and we'll get back to everybody else now, okay?
Yeah, no bother.
I know you won't believe I was a boring guy. Predictable as chewing gum, life passes me by. Nobody listened to what I had to say, and nobody out there was trying to dress my way. Social media influencer, now that's a job for me. As a social media influencer, I'll get everything free. As a social media influencer, I'll be a celebrity. You don't need experience, that won't get you on. And as for qualifications, they'd be frowned upon. All you need is to believe in what you have to say. It don't matter, right or wrong, they'll believe you either way. Social media influencer, now that's a job for me. Social media influencer, that gets me on TV. As a social media influencer, everybody's loving me. dressed like me everywhere they go. 3 million people wanna be my friend. 4 million proposals from women I've never met. Social media influencer, now that's a job for me. Social media influencer, how hard can that be? As a social media influencer, you gotta shake the money tree. Alright mate, oh you want a selfie? Hey, that's no bother man. If you could just join the queue there, just goes round the block a wee bit. Aye, I've seen about an hour, alright. What's that, hey? What, you want me to follow your children? Aye, no bother, wait, I get my diary, see when I can fit you in. Excuse the pun and that, you know. 2 weeks next Thursday. How's that?
Aye, so that was off my worst selling album.
I'm gonna buy that, Graham. You've had it now. I'm gonna buy all of them.
No. That was a big shout out there to the guy who I work with, actually. There's two of us do this up here. Terry Noakes takes the junk that I send him, and I kind of put most of the instruments down and send them over all the tracks, and he turns them into these beautiful songs, And then he came over and the two of us bounced off each other on that solo. I quite like doing that with Terry because we've got different styles. So our guitar parts seem to work quite well together. So yeah, I quite enjoy that. So a big shout out to Terry though. He's the kind of unsung hero in all this. And probably there would be no albums if it wasn't for Terry, because he's the guy that keeps pushing me along,
Well, you've got so many out, Graham, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, but as I say, that's a big thing.
You should give a big shout out to your wife because she puts up with all your pish.
Yeah, she does. Karen does, yeah. Well, we were out yesterday, actually. She was having to put up with a lot of my pish yesterday. Yeah, we had a good day out with an old bass player friend of mine who goes way, way back. He played bass with me when he was going through uni. 60 years ago? No, it can't be 50 years ago. 45,
oh my God, I was
going to
say you look good for your age, Graham.
So we've been friends ever since, and we met up in Dundee yesterday, a wee taverna place, a wee Lebanese restaurant, tahini, and it got quite messy, to be honest with you. I was actually in, it was lunch, we went out for lunch, and I was in my bed by 7 o'clock last night. I was just...
Do you have a hangover, Mr. Dallas?
No, I was okay. I wasn't too bad. I'm not too bad with hangovers. If I watch what I drink, as long as I stick to wine and beer, once I start getting on the spirits, then, yeah, that's when the hangovers kick in. I know my limitations these days.
Well, talking about Lebanese restaurant, I ordered Lebanese food the other night because I was dying for a takeaway. And I thought, okay, stuff it. I'm just going to order for 3 days in a row and chuck it in the fridge. And I ate all of it because it's so delicious.
Yeah, no, it's lovely, isn't it? And I think that it encourages you to drink the way they serve it, because you get all these sharing bowls, and there's like 8
it's
different
communal.
dishes.
It's
so
lovely.
You're just drinking away and a bit of pita bread, and
what's your
later
favorite
we
meal?
take that away
What's
and
your
come up with another one. What's that?
What's your favorite Lebanese food?
I don't know. I'm too drunk. Everything was good. Everything that she put down. There wasn't anything. Nice. But there was three platters came up, and there wasn't anything. The only thing I probably didn't like was the chicken. But then again, that's not to do with them. I just don't really like chicken, But apart from that, it was fine.
You're supposed to take the feathers off first, Graham.
That's where I go wrong. I thought that was the best bit. To be fair, it probably is the best bit of chicken. I never get chicken these days.
Somebody's asking what uni you went to, Graham.
When I was a kid, and your mum bought a chicken, everybody fought over the legs. Everybody wanted a leg. They throw the legs away now. They'll only eat the breast of the chicken. And it's to me, that's the most bland part of a chicken. But anyway,
Or is
Sorry,
a bit
why are
soft?
we talking about chickens? I see. Yeah, I see somebody piped in there about Salvo and some announcement. I don't know what the announcement was,
Oh,
but
it's really good. They've lodged, I think they lodged the
oh yeah,
application,
yeah.
but they've
Actually,
appointed
yeah, I did hear that.
some international group to handle everything. And
That's
it's
right.
all like really good news. Like we can actually
Yeah,
start
no.
breathing again, maybe.
Yeah, I've got a couple of good, great Salvo. Actually, I get a good song out of that Salvo a lot because
Really?
yeah, we should play it. Actually, it's going to be on the next album, which is a folk album. It's all kind of folky type songs, but all the demos are done for the album. But probably be a while before we actually get into it. But
Yeah.
it's just the way when, as I say, I don't know how I really write songs. They just come to me, and I might not get anything for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I might get 5 days in a row. I'm writing songs. Thighs are best for curries, as long as it's chicken thighs and no my thighs. But yeah, so uh, I got a call. There was an indie choir were getting put together.
Oh yeah, I heard about that as well.
Yeah, and I got a call to go to a meeting to talk about using some of my songs. So it was my good friend Pat Lee and another good friend Eddie Kearney. So we had a meeting and they discussed, and basically what they told me was that they were recording a song for the choir, and I said, "Oh, I always song don't use." And I'm thinking they're going to be using a Graham Brown song or a Pete because
I
I never, So we're going to do a Bob Dylan song that Bruce Springsteen made famous. I said, why are you doing a Bob Dylan song? So anyway, so they said they talked about they might use some of my stuff, and then so I never heard anything for a couple of weeks. So I was out with wee Eddie. Had been at me. I says, well, whatever happened with that indie choir? Oh no, they're not going to use any of your songs. I said, all
oh well,
right.
that's you tell.
I says, so what songs is this indie choir going to be using? Oh, they're going to be singing REM songs, and I'm thinking, you
Oh, we've
know,
got so many Scottish musicians. I think we should get
yeah,
more
I mean, why?
Scottish going.
I think that's the whole problem I've got with the kind of. But yeah, anyway, the anger. I went home and I listened to the chimes of freedom. So I wrote I wrote a song,
Yeah.
"Cry for Freedom," and I sent it to Pat. So, but they obviously never used it. I don't know if they ever did their song, but I got a good song out of it anyway. But I kind of think that's where the movement is at the moment, because Salvo are doing brilliant work, but nobody seems to be supporting them. They seem to be out there on their own. And
I
then that
think
Gordon
that
McIntyre Kemp is doing good work. That wee brochure he did, is it Business for Scotland? I forget what they called the brochure, but and it gave you all brilliant facts about how
all the fact.
Scotland could sustain itself as an
There's a
independent
lot of
country.
people doing
Brilliant book.
stuff, though, Graham. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
and then
people
you've
doing
got,
stuff.
you've got everybody just seems to be disjointed, and everybody kind of needs to support each other, I think, because there's a lot of great work going on out there at the moment. Uh, and
Yeah, I think it's
yeah,
bringing everyone together.
yeah. But yeah, so I wrote a wee, actually, Pat get, as he does, Pat likes to tell you everything that's going on. So he was telling me all about Salvo, and yeah, I really started to look into it, because when people, again, this is another issue I've got, when you go to a rally, you don't really listen to the speakers. Yeah, I don't anyway. Sorry, I know people
You're
do,
so
but
bad.
yeah, but so and that I'd been to a few rallies that Sarah Sawyer was at, and she came across very well. But wasn't I mean, you go to a march on a Saturday morning, and then on it's a Saturday afternoon. You really want to be having a wee party and a few drinks. You don't really want to be listening to political speeches. Well, I don't on a Saturday afternoon anyway. That's okay for 6 o'clock on a Monday night when the news is on. But so yeah, I started to look into the work that she was doing and her committee. I'm sure it's not just Sarah, and I was blown away. I think
I Really amazing.
Yeah, really good. So, uh, yeah, so I took all everything that Pat had been telling me and what I had seen when I started to look at the videos and whatnot and what they were doing, and I wrote that wee song, "Cry for Freedom." But that, as I say, that's going to be on the next album. I don't know if you
Are
want
you
me to
gonna
play
play
that
that
one.
for us,
Do
Graham?
you want? Yeah, I'll put it on. I think I can find it. I'll just have a quick look for it.
I was gonna say, I think we should do another giveaway, and I thought of the person that deserves it really very much is Save Grangemouth. They're watching,
All right,
and if they can, are you
I'm
happy
going
with
to
that,
stick.
Graham?
Yeah, I'm going to stick this on.
As I sit by the river, watching the river flow, my thoughts go back to a time many years ago, when our people woke to find their freedom sold without their say. We're still fighting that injustice today. As I sit by the river, I begin to understand they control our lives, but they do not own our lands. The people are sovereign, it's always been that way, and they cannot take that from us today. If we can stand together, the beast within will roar, and our cry for freedom shall not be ignored. Nationalist, terrorist, separatist, the names you throw at me. How can I be a rebel when it's my country I'm trying to free? You can pass fraudulent laws, get your courts to abide. The claim of rights states the people will decide. As I sit by the river, I can clearly see the path to independence. Will you walk with me? We can take control tomorrow, no matter what they say. Sovereignty lies with the people legally. If we can stand together, the beast within will roar, and our cry for freedom shall not be ignored. If we can stand together, the beast within will roar, and our cry for freedom shall not be ignored.
Yeah,
Oh, that's beautiful, Graham.
I think. Well, that's basically the story of Salvo. That's why I took from the message. But as I say, and I think that's where we kind of go wrong. I think if you've got a choir, that's the kind of they want to sing. They shouldn't be singing. What's the point of singing REM songs or Bob Dylan songs?
We should be doing
That's a
Scottish
song
songs.
with a message about Salvo in it. which. But yeah, I think we all need to get together. Really, thank you very much, Chris. I also saw somebody else coming up in the comments there. I think we need to give a shout out to as
David.
David. Yeah,
Yes. David's
yeah,
won something.
David
Definitely.
Macy Lilly, because David's been in hospital for over a year now,
Aye.
and he keeps fighting away. I think he's nearly back on his feet. I try and
David,
keep in touch with him. But yeah, so I
David,
see
you've won
he's tuned
something
in.
if you want it. If you can send me a message on the Wee Jem Show and save Grangemouth as well. David really deserves it, and I totally empathize with him because I was in hospital for a couple of months and it was really shite.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I
David,
I
hang
think
in there.
I think David's single-handedly talking all the nurses in that hospital to be pro-independence supporters. We're probably
I
just
did
telling
that
them
as
that to
well.
get them
You
off
know
the
that
go.
I converted so many people to independence. They were so fun, and I was
Yeah,
wearing my independence T-shirts and everything. And then some of
yeah,
them didn't like independence, so they treated me really bad. But I don't care.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, thanks for the compliments on that wee song. So that will be on the next album when we eventually get it out. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate that. But yeah, and something that a chain is only as strong as the weakest link. We are Southern Scots, and that's very, very, very true. That's very true, and I think that's where we're kind of going wrong at the moment, isn't it? You know. Thanks, Jane.
I don't
Not
know. I
seen you
think
for a while. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think everybody is banding together. You know, like look at this Grangemouth protest. Not protest. We're calling it like a clan gathering. There's now like 25 different organizations and groups that's going to be there.
yeah,
I think that Pat. I was speaking to Pat today. Pat's going to do a speech, and I'm having him on the show next week Friday before the events. Pat
yeah,
Lee is going to be talking about Salvo and everything. There's so many people coming together, and it's beautiful, Graham. Like really, just
yeah.
positivity.
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of been out of it for a while. Just I kind of turned my back on it when all the infighting started. You know, I've
Yeah, I
kind of
think
always been that way. I need, if I'm going to work, I need to be around positive people. You know, so when it all
absolutely.
started getting a bit negative,
But I think
uh,
some of the negativity's got nothing to do with independence. So we can be it like when you throw like a pebble in the water and it plays ripples.
yeah,
Sometimes you have to let the ripples go past you. You don't have to like take it on board because it's got nothing to do with independence.
it's a wee bit profound for me.
Well, it's a conversation I was having today with somebody. So
But yeah, I
I'm
just
gonna
noticed
make
when
it.
I actually watching that video there, a picture of the old general came up there, Ian Russell, and yeah, Ian made a big impression in me. Actually, it was actually Ian that got me into writing independence songs because
Really?
yeah, well, basically after the 214 referendum, I hadn't written any independence songs, but I think, up to 214 just drifted along, placed the vote, and then I didn't realise how bad I was going to feel as I did on
Oh
the
God, it was
19th.
bad, wasn't it? It was
Oh, it
awful.
was a horrible feeling. And
Oh my God.
and after that, I kind of sat back and I remember thinking, what went wrong? And I thought it was just, we never got our message. We were never allowed to get our message across. I think
Well,
it
we
was
kind
more
of
that.
silenced.
Yeah, and we weren't trained well enough. I don't think, we weren't professional enough to get the message across. And the BBC and the media were just so good. I used to watch it, and they'd play a clip about could Scotland be independent, and it would always be pretty negative. But
Aye.
then they would get two politicians on. They would get somebody from the No campaign and somebody from the Yes campaign. And they would always let the No campaign person speak first. They always got
I
to
know.
speak first. And they were never interrupted. But then they would turn to the Yes politician and they wouldn't ask them about, what they thought. They would ask them to respond to what the No person was saying. So they were always defending. And so my frustrations got me to write a wee song called, in fact, we'll maybe play it. It was the first
Oh, that'll
indie
be
song I
great.
ever wrote. It was a song called Solid Ground. which basically says the case for independence is built on solid ground. And I stuck it up on the internet, on YouTube, which I didn't know much about social media at the time, or YouTube or anything like that. But so Karen showed me how to put it up on. I think we put it up on YouTube, and maybe and I don't think it even was on Facebook at the time. Probably just YouTube, and I forgot all about it. That was it, because it's not a kind of song I could play when I was gigging at the weekends, because obviously you were just playing Pink Floyd and all that kind of stuff. So, and about 6 months after I had put it up and totally forgot all about it, a good friend of mine who worked for Sandra White, actually, Janice Garland, as she is now, Janice Morrison, she was then, said to me, there's a lot of people on the internet trying to get in touch with you to go to rallies and sing that song. And so I went, all right, I don't know. So I went back home and I said to Karen, I said, apparently there's people trying to get in touch with me. So she went away and I went, yeah, this guy, Ian Russell. And then there was another woman from Forward as one. But Ian kept saying, we're going to get you at George Square. We're going to get you, George. How many songs do you have, Graham? In total, released probably about 60 independent songs. Probably about half of them, I would think, Robert. But yeah, coming back to... so he kept saying, I'm going to get you at George Square. And I thought, that's quite good. I think I'll go and do that. So I had to go away and relearn the song. And I'm kind of thinking, right, okay, I'm going to have to write a couple of other songs, because I can't just go and do one song, because I only had one song. So I wrote another. That's when I wrote Hell Yeah. And I think I did an old song that I had, Stand Up and Join the Fight, which is a kind of political song about socialism, basically. But anyway, so a couple of weeks before the event, he said, Graham, they're not going to put you on. I went, that's fine, that's okay. And he says, I'm gutted, they're not going to put you on. I've been trying, every meeting I go to, I'm saying to him, you need to put this boy on, you need to. He says, I'm not even listening to your song. So anyway, I said, listen, thanks for trying, no bother. So just after, a couple of days after that, the boy from Martin Keating's asked me to come to Dunfermline and sing the song. So I went to Dunfermline and I met Ian Russell was there. So I met Ian and I got up and I sang the song. And Pat Lee was the chairman of Hope Over Fear at the time. And he's like, right, you're on next week, George Square. And he says, we're going to squeeze you in. He said, I can't guarantee you'll go on. But I said, look, I gig at the weekends. There's no way I'm driving all the way to Glasgow to sit about for hours to get up and sing, maybe no sing a song, to drive all the way back to Angus to do a gig at night. So he phoned me up and says, no, come down, we'll put you on at the start and that'll let you get back in time. So I went down and the rest was basically history. But that was the day I met Pat, and he's been a great friend ever since.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, isn't there? So many wonderful people in the indie movement, like seriously, just wonderful people.
Yeah, I should play that song actually, that if anybody's wanting to hear it. This is on the first album, On the Road to Independence, and it was the very first indie song I ever wrote. I'll have a wee look and see if I can find it. I'm quite impressed with myself here. I've got a lot of things to hand.
I know, you're brilliant. And we've got so many songs on the system anyway. So
yeah, I'm going to put it on. This is Solid Ground.
Solid Ground.
We've got whiskey, we've got water, we've got more fish than we can eat. We've got deep natural resources in abundance at our feet. We are 5 million with so much to go care for you so much. They don't see you as an equal, they see you as a crutch. Let me get there biased media to make our arguments unclear, to demonize our leaders and fill us full of fear. They want to steal the currency, well, if that is where it's at, we'll create the Scooby and we'll make do with that. But when they come to buy our whiskey, oil, beef, fish, they're gonna need some Scooby, and their exchange rate will be unfathomable. They want to buy our whiskey, beef, oil, fish. They'll have to buy our water. Go listen to their lies. There's more to us than oil. Just to wait and see. When Scotland's independent, she will prosper, and we'll be free. We've got whiskey, we've got water, we've got more fish than we can eat. We've got beef, natural resources in abundance at our feet. We are 5 million with so much to go around. The case for independence is built on solid ground.
Oops, what did I do? Yeah,
Hey,
that
guys.
was the first tune. It's funny that somebody said that it sounds like Chris Ria's Road to Hell, because back in those days I didn't really know much about recording, and that's where I got the drum track. I nicked his drum track. That's the
I
same drum track as the same rhythm in the drums. So what I did was I got a wee bit of his drum track and I just looped it, and then I wrote the song on top of that. So that was quite interesting. That was picked up on.
Oh, that was
Uh,
awesome, Graham. And you got some facts out there. And I saw somebody said, like, it's actually the musicians that bring it together. If you look at how other countries got their independence, there was other
yeah,
countries and songs, like if you look at Bob Marley, he was really good about,
yeah.
getting people together with music. So it's beautiful. Like,
Yeah, no, no. I mean, I think that, as the guy said, it's a proven fact. I mean, I think at the moment, I think we miss a trick with that, and I think we have since way back in the day, because politicians have got a job to do, but it's not gathering numbers. Nobody goes and listens to a politician and thinks, I'm going to join that cause. You join the cause and then you listen to the politicians that are involved in it, I think. But you need, it is the arts that do it, the songs, the comedians, pointing out how stupid your position is, getting everybody laughing. And I think it was Tommy Sheridan that said to me, actually, because I had written a song, I'd listened to Tommy doing a speech, and it was such a good speech. I just started taking wee notes at the side of the stage, and so I kind of had the song half written, but half an hour after Tommy had finished, and never said to him or anything. But we were talking about it later, and he said, he said that's a fair point. He says, because I can, a politician can go on and make a great point in a speech, but if they might be able to get away with it twice, but after that it gets repetitive, and people just get kind of bored with the same message. But if you put that message in a song and it's a good message, the more you can sing that forever, and the more
I
popular the song is, the more the message gets across. Uh,
absolutely.
and as I say, I think, yeah, I think that's another part of the equation that needs to be brought in, because it's through the arts that you will get people to, listen to your points. I think. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but that's
Absolutely,
certainly
and
where.
I
Yeah,
think it's like the arts in general as well, because it was Ireland that did a whole campaign with murals, and I think we need to put like more murals
yeah,
up that's to do with putting up facts
yeah,
and creative. Let's get our creative people.
yeah.
Kevin's actually started a group on Blue Sky, getting all the artists together. So if anyone wants to join
Well,
that,
that's great. Yeah, because I mean, even graffiti art, and even if you did, I said that to that choir, uh, do flash choirs
flash mobs.
of,
I suggested that a while back. It's such a good idea.
of the vow. I mean, go. I mean, the vow gets to the point right away, instantly. We should play the
Aye,
song basically, but instantly tells you, gives the message out there, and
aye.
if you went into a shopping centre and started singing a song like that,
I think
I'm
people
saying
should do
that's
flash
wrong.
mobs.
But and if you're doing that and you've got artists doing murals and graffiti and things like that on it, yeah, it gets people that are into those vibes interested. But yeah, would you want me to play the vow? Will we put the vow on?
Ah, yeah, put the vow on.
Go tell your friends it's time to take our country back. We have the will, we have the need, and there will be no turning back. Scotland, I vow to set you free. This is our land, this is our right, this is our destiny. Go tell your friends it's time for change, and we have no remorse. 300 years of fallen rule has finally run its course. Scotland, I vow to set you free. This is our land, this is our right, this is our destiny. Go tell your friend their country is calling out to them. It's not too late to have a change of heart for what is right in the end. Scotland, I vow to set you free. This is our land, this is our right, Scotland I vow to set you free. This is our land, this is our right, this is our destiny.
Oh, that's such a beautiful song, Graham, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's
It's really
quite a
so lovely.
this song actually. That was written in about 15 minutes. It was I was I, towards the end of my sort of gigging career, my voice could only take 6 gigs a month. So
Aye.
it was in one of the days where I was doing a Friday night and a Saturday night. So that Saturday during the day I was just crashing out, trying not to talk to anybody and kind
Aye.
of just resting up. And I put that movie on. Is it the King of Scotland? What was it? The Last King of Scotland, was it?
Aye.
The one about William Wallace. And I was lying and I was kind of half dozing. And there was a scene in the movie where two wee boys run up to him and they go, hey, mister, is it true you're the King of Scotland? And he laughs at them and he says, aye, and go and tell your friends we're going to take our country back.
Yes.
And then 15 minutes later, the whole thing was it was in the can kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm kind of lying there and I jump up and I went into the studio and it was kind of done, you know. But yeah, we were talking also earlier. Again, people mentioned that about artists, and I think I need to give a shout out to some of the ones I've worked with, like Sean Moore, Pete
Yes,
Scarlett.
Sean.
Yeah, great, Sean. I love poets. I mean, so but you can't get too close to poets. They're a different breed. Do you know what I mean? They're wild people. They're so intelligent and they're so gifted, and every poet I've ever met is just like, it's you go to a poet, you're on a roller coaster.
I know, it's wonderful.
Yeah, 3 days later you kind of surface. But I bump into Sean every now and again, and never often enough, really.
I know. I'm a right show, man.
Yeah, there's one time I was doing a gig, and I was doing a wee thing for Tommy Sheridan one Saturday afternoon. It kind of tied in because I was doing a gig in Motherwell that night, and I contacted Sean when I'd finished the Tommy gig to see if he wanted spend a couple of hours together, have a pint or whatever before I went over to my next gig. And he says, I'm over in Govan, I'm at this jam session. And so I headed over to Govan and I went into this pub, and it was a right Bears pub in Govan, but they were having a wee acoustic set and people were getting a wee open mic set. And the guy says, you're up next, Sean. And I looked at him and says, you're not going to get up there and do a poem with this crowd, are you? He went, aye. Well, he went up. I tell you what, he did this poem, and I love it. And he doesn't do it often enough, and I don't think he's recorded it. And I'd love to, but it's basically about all the big incidents that happened in rock music, like when Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off the pigeon and whatever. He was there at every incident. The way he tells the poem, that was him that caused it, and it's so funny. And he had the whole place in stitches, and then he'd go into the next verse, and it was just such a fantastic.
I'm gonna try get Sean on one of the shows and actually.
Yeah, you should do. You should do. And he said to me, what are you doing tomorrow morning? I said, I'm going to do the gig tonight, and then I'm heading up to my son's in East Kilbride, and he's having a party tonight, so we're having a wee party up there. And I said, and then I was just going to recover tomorrow and head back up the road. He says, no. He says, come to Carlton Studios at 8:00 in the morning. He says, because you could, if you could help me out with a wee bit of backing on the guitar, And I said, aye, okay. So I got in my bed about 2:00, 3:00 in the morning, And at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting in Carlton Studios, and who's the big guy that? God, his name slipped my mind at the moment. The big guy that plays with the Carlton Jug Band.
I have no idea.
Yeah, anyway, great big guy, lovely big guy. He was there, and he obviously runs the studio, or it's his studio, and he had a wee cafe. So I'm drinking coffee, and I says, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm doing a session with Sean Moore." This was it's 8's gone, right? It's, I'm there on time. 8's gone, and he's like, Sean Moore's no booked. I've not got anybody booked in here called Sean Moore.
Oh my goodness!
I went, right. I says, well, I'll hang about. I said, maybe I've got the wrong place. And I didn't want to go and phone Sean at 8 o'clock in the morning in case he'd still in his bed, So anyway, about 9:30 in rolls Sean with a film crew. So, and he was doing a shoot, and he said to me, so yeah, I did a wee played a wee bit of backing while he did a beautiful poem called The Butterfly Effect. Fantastic poem. And then he said to me, right, let's do the your song, that if it's got the jack, put it back.
Yes.
I went, okay. I said, do you want to sing a couple of verses? And he went, aye, I'll do a couple of verses.
Oh, brilliant.
So he sat there and he wrote down the verses, and if you actually watch him when he's doing it, he's reading it as he's brilliantly done. He just instantly picked it up. I don't know, will we do the jack? Will we put that?
Yes.
I've got the clip of that session. I can't even remember the guy the producer guy who was filming it. It was kind of weird because about an hour after that, right, they went up and left. I got in the car and drove up the road. I'll see if I can find it. Hold on. I think I'm kind of losing the plot of the jack. But yeah, maybe we should do the other one with Sean where he did the thing because it's a Labour Party conference. Yeah, the butterfly effect, the jack. There it is. I'll put it on.
Yes.
Where is it? It's up here somewhere. I've got that many up now here.
I know.
That many songs up. Wee Jem, Grangemouth.
We're going to have to get you back again, Graham. You've got so many songs, and you think 2 hours will be too long. It won't be enough because you've got such brilliant songs.
Hold on. I need to go and get that again. It didn't go up. I'll take that away.
Well, guys, if you're watching, thank you so much for watching. And it's lovely having so many people here, honestly.
I've seen a lot of familiar names coming up. And guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you all again whenever that might be.
We've got a surprise coming up just now, some interesting news that you're going to love. So keep listening. Don't pretend to be innocent.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. Is this Sean?
It keeps coming up and then it keeps disappearing, but maybe need to, it's for some reason. I'll do the other one with Sean anyway. This was another time. I'll tell you the story after it. This is purely down to Sean. I just recorded it for it and did a wee bit of vocals on it.
Okay.
But he did a rip off here.
Scottish poet, brilliant guy.
Yeah, Sean Moore, the Scottish poet. This is dead Labour. Since the Labour Party conference is on, it's quite relevant. Yes. Dead Roses, that's what it's called. See if this will come up.
Brilliant. It might be because you've got too many songs loaded because you've got so many songs.
I think it might be. Let's continue to talk then and I'll do something else.
Well, I've got a request. Can you play From an Acorn to a Tree?
I can. Let me just take some of these away.
It's in the side on the media assets.
From an Acorn to a Tree, so it is. Yeah. You like this song. My wife liked that. Yeah. In fact, we lost my mother-in-law last year, and this was
a love song.
I'll love you in the evening when the sun is going down. I'll love you in the morning when the new day comes around. I'll love you in the springtime when the buds begin to show. And I'd love if you could love me from my head down to my toe. I love to watch you sleeping with the moonlight on your face. I love to watch you laughing, sure makes my own heart race. I love the way you listen till my worries all subside. And I love if your love could be forever at my side. I'll love you for as long as the sun shines in the sky. I'll love you for as long as the day follows the night. I'll love you for as long as there is water in the sea. And I'd love to watch our love grow from an acorn to a tree. Yes, I'd love to watch our love grow from an acorn to a tree.
Yeah, that's a bit. I think we need to beef it up a wee bit. We'll put half of people to sleep there.
I just want to say, if anyone wants to get hold of Graham's music, go on to Bandcamp. What's your Bandcamp address? It's pepperjock@bandcamp.com or something.
I think so. Yeah, pepperjock@bandcamp. I don't know, something like that. If you go to Bandcamp,
Bandcamp and look for Pepperjock. He's got a whole lot of CDs on there, and you can download the music, and it's brilliant.
There's only one Pepperjock on Bandcamp at the moment.
Can I put on Never Bring a Yoon Home, and I'll put it on? Is that okay?
Yeah, well, Sean Moore's in this one, actually, yeah.
Okay, here you go, people. Enjoy, sing along.
An easy-going fella, as anyone can see. I have a lovely wife at home and a lovely family. My 17-year-old daughter started hanging round the town and bringing boys back to the house when we are not around. There was Tommy for the football, Andy for the gym. There was Robert for the high school and a lovely lad called Jim. Well, you know that I'm no worry, 'cause she knows the law's laid down, and it's never let me see you hanging round with you. No, I don't care about religion or the colour of their skin. I don't care about their gender, I'm a libertarian. So long as they love you and it's plain for all to see, just make sure and never bring a yoon home to me. It was then she brought him Christian. He seems a lovely guy. He doted on my daughter. She was the apple of his eye. He always smiles politely and he laughs at all my jokes. But with Christian there was something that made me want to poke. No, I don't care about religion or the colour of their skin. I don't care about their gender, I'm a libertarian. So long as they love you and it's plain for all to see, just make sure and never bring a yoon home to me. Invited to his parents for a spot of Sunday lunch, so we headed up to Bearsden on the number 60 bus. They toasted us with champagne, something they call ball. I was standing next to Thatcher, she was hanging on the wall. Now call me suspicious, but I don't care about religion
or the colour of their skin. I don't care about their gender, I'm a libertarian. So long as they love you and it's plain for all to see, just make sure and never bring a yoon home to me. Now I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the box, but she wears khaki trousers and bright red socks. And I've asked my daughter once or twice, are you sure he's not a yoon? But she just laughs and says, away you go, you daft balloon. Well, I don't care about religion or the colour of their skin. I don't care about their gender, I'm a libertarian. So long as they love you and it's plain for all to see, just make sure and never bring a yoon home to me. Let you try it now with me, come on. I don't care about religion or the colour of their skin. I don't care about their gender, I'm a libertarian. So long as they love you and it's plain for all to see, just make sure and never bring a yoon home to me. Thank you. I'd just like to mention...
I love that. I was singing along. I was so grateful my mic was on silent.
Aye. That'd have been good. That'd have been good.
Well,
yeah,
I
so
think
Thomas
everybody liked that
Thomas
one.
McCarthy, I've not seen him for a few years, and Pat's jumped in.
Hello, Pat.
Yeah.
We're going to have Pat on next Friday. So tune in next Friday and listen. So, Graham, I have to ask you a question. How did you get into music?
Yes, how did I... Yeah, actually, it's quite a weird one. Oh, hi, Linda. Yeah, way back in the day, actually, I used to be in the... It's kind of weird, right? Because, you know, well, the sector... I grew up in Glasgow, and my father was an atheist, and he hated religion. He hated the whole sectarian thing in Glasgow. So I was a Third Lanark supporter, and I used to get bullied by Rangers supporters and Celtic supporters growing up as a kid because I was a daft Third Lanark supporter. But yeah, I used to go to the BB. We had a good BB football team, and they used to sing Irish folk songs at the BB. We used to sing the Wild Rover and the Irish Rover, and I loved those songs. And so I got a guitar and I learned to play them. A guy called Peter Cusack, who stayed at the bottom end of the close from me, played in a band. And Peter taught me Peter knew 5 chords and he made a fortune. And he taught me those 5 chords. And those are simple songs, so they've only got 3 chords in them. But I started playing them, and then my dad bought me a Clancy Brothers and a Dubliners album.
Awesome.
For Christmas. So I learned all the songs in both those albums. I was really into Irish folk music at that time. And then my sister's boyfriend, you know, and I was chugging along fine. You know, family parties, I'd get the guitar out and sing these, you know, the Wild Rover and the Irish Rover and things like that. And then my sister's boyfriend, he was a couple of years older than me, says, I bet you can't play this. And he stuck down, it was a band called 10 Years After, and a guy called Alvin Lee playing I'm Going Home at Woodstock. And I thought, that's how I want to play the guitar. So that kind of took me into rock music. And I can play that song now, but it's taken me my whole life to learn to play I'm Going Home with 10 Years After. The guy was so fast on the guitar. It was a great song. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of how I got into it. And then my dad said to me, I was kind of just jogging away in my bedroom, and he says, you want one of those Fender guitars, don't you? I said, I do. He says, well, you get yourself into a band and I'll buy you one. And
that sounds so cool.
You know, my dad never had a lot of money, so I get in a band, and true to his word, he took me up to, I think it was McCormick's in Glasgow, and he said, right, pick whatever one you wanted. And there was this beautiful Strat, but it was an American Strat, and it was really, well, they were all American at that time. And but there was a Telecaster next to it, and it was a couple of £100 cheaper, you know. And much as I wanted that Strat, I got the Telecaster because I knew my dad couldn't really afford it, you know. But he got me that guitar,
Oh,
and I loved it, and I played it. I played it until it broke. And it's a fantastic guitar, actually. I met an old singer, a guy called, he's just come back. He had a great career in Australia, actually, as a singer, session singer, Eddie Rutherford Brown. And I played
right.
in a big soul band in Glasgow with him. And he came back from Australia after I hadn't seen him for about 40 years. And we met up, and he says, I hope you've still got that Telecaster. It was an absolutely beautiful guitar, you know. He says, I hope you've still got that Telecaster. I says, no, it died. But yeah. So then just went, just as I say, I had a family when I was quite young to my first marriage, and so I needed to make money. So from there, I just went into the clubs with a great Glasgow singer called Robert Lindsay, who plays
Right.
in his band's called the Bronx Band now. Robert's in his 70s. He's still singing away every weekend. And I worked for a lot of years with Robert all in and around Glasgow. And as I say, the rest history, really, just I disappeared for a couple of years, went abroad for a few years.
Oh, where did you go?
I was caddying. My wife's a golf professional, so she was on tour. So she got really homesick at that time. So I went with her, but I didn't caddy for her. To make money, I caddied for other players. And
Awesome.
then, so I did that for about 5 years. Then we
That's
came
hard
back
work,
home. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Fantastic job. But, I wouldn't like, some of the guys that were caddying with me back then are still caddying now, So they spent their
Aye.
whole life doing that. And I did, as I say, five of the best years of my life. I wouldn't say they were the best years, but I haven't regretted any years in my life. But those were 5 good years, just following the sun.
Oh,
Uh,
it's beautiful.
you
I
know,
like,
yeah,
honestly.
I never saw a winter except when I came home for Christmas. But I never saw a winter for 5 years.
Oh, that
Uh,
must be amazing.
some great stories. I mean, it was a great life. But as I say, it was quite good for me because it was me and Karen, and we had a mobile home, so we used to drive about in a mobile home.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so we just drove through Europe, but it's quite a lonely life really for the guys that were doing it, because you actually just fly out to a golf course and you work for a week, then you fly home, then you fly out another golf course, and you're either in digs or you're in the pub playing pool or you're on the golf course, So
It sounds like
Stumble,
a fun life.
yeah, mid-year. I remember mid-year. It wasn't Stumble. What was the band he played in after
Uh,
that? Mid-year.
oh
Oh,
God,
what were they called?
it's just gone on
Uh,
my head.
yeah, I used to watch them at the Apollo Disco, the disco up the top of the Apollo.
What was
Mid-year.
it
It was a
called?
good band. Mid-year was a fantastic guitarist, actually. I used to.
Ultravox.
No, it was before Ultravox. It was
Before
before
Ultravox.
Ultravox. He left the band. The good mid-year fans will know this band. They were a Glasgow band, and Midge left them and went down to London, I think. But yeah, I was a young kid, and I used to stand at the stage and marvel at him playing the guitar. I thought he was a brilliant guitar player. Still do, still do.
I know
Yeah,
somebody who actually he filmed a music video up by the Callanish Stones in Lewis, and they got to lug all along with other people lug all the equipment up to the Callanish Stones and back again.
yeah.
And yeah, the Ultravox was brilliant. I can't think of the other band though you're talking about.
Yeah, somebody out there will know who Midgear's band was before Ultravox. Somebody will know it.
Come on, somebody in the comments, you could win a CD if you give us the name of the band.
No, I don't think there'll be anybody in the comments now. Christ, we've been on here for
No,
ages.
there's loads of people in the comments.
Well, I've pissed everybody off. No, it wasn't a Stumble part. It was not Stumble. I don't remember Stumble. I don't, but anyway, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Can
we
I
had
put
the
on?
also.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry, I forget what I was going to
No,
say.
no, say what you're saying.
I'm wordling. I don't really know. Will we put another
Okay, I'm
song
gonna
on?
put on a tune. 6,000 square miles. Okay, it's coming on now,
Yeah,
guys.
this is a
Enjoy.
random one. That's a random one. Go for it then.
Sitting here thinking, help me understand why you feel you have the right to do that thing you planned. Working in the shadows like some thief in the night. Your dark deed has finally seen the light. Did you think we wouldn't notice? Did you think we wouldn't know? Just because you can doesn't make it right, and so with no more than a map and a pen in your hand, you redrew the border and stole Scotland's land. 6,000 square miles of the finest fishing grounds, 7 oil fields included in that haul. No negotiations, no one there to see. Carried out in total secrecy. Did you think we wouldn't notice? Did you think we wouldn't know? Just because you can doesn't make it right, and so with no more than a map and a pen in your hand, you redrew the border and stole Scotland's land. I'm sitting here trying, but I can't understand how it could be possible to do the thing you planned. Creeping in the shadows with a simple sleight of hand, you came in and stole Scotland's land.
That's such a
The
cracking
band
song.
came up there. It was slick. It was slick. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with Pat because I've never known Pat to be wrong. So he obviously played in a band called Stumble before he played, but it was Slick he was playing in when I used to go and watch him. And any time Slick were on, I made sure I was there and I was at the front of the stage.
Oh, that's
Watching him play
awesome.
guitar. Yeah. Very good guitarist. Great guitarist. Anyway, yeah, and I never ever got the Ultravox thing, although they were huge. And he just, he just stopped playing guitar. But then again, that's what you do. I think, I remember when I went to, when I started playing in soul bands, I hardly ever played a solo. And then the
Really?
musicians that you were playing with didn't think you were capable of playing a solo. They would say, no, but, we need we need another guitarist in here that can play solos. But the music didn't, but they never heard me playing solos because the music that we were playing didn't have guitar solos in it, it had brass sections and, it just, that kind of music and, Earth, Wind and Fire and all that. It didn't have guitar solos.
Oh,
But anyway.
Graham, you know what? It's 7:30, and you said we wouldn't make 2 hours. Listen to this.
Yeah.
So, can I make a suggestion? You were telling me about something that you wanted to mention on the show about a project that you're busy with.
Oh yeah. There's a couple of projects, but I'm kind of getting back into it. I had a bit of a year out there really where I wasn't doing much. Was that the play or the radio station?
Whichever one you want to mention first. You mentioned the play, so let's talk about the play.
Yeah, during COVID, actually, I loved the COVID time. It just gave me time to reflect, and I'm a musician, a drummer. I'll not tell the old joke about drummers on the musicians. They're just people that hang about with musicians. But I'll not say that. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Drummers know that old joke, and drummers are fantastic musicians. You get a good drummer, you can get a good band, and if so.
Tell me about the play, Graham.
That's done tongue in cheek. Yeah, the play. It was basically, I live in a family where my father-in-law is a big Labour man and
oh my God, no.
Hates SNP, hates anything that's got to do with Scottish independence. And so we obviously used to have these Barneys, and him being an older generation, he's in his, I would be a lot younger in those days, but he used to get quite worked up about it, he'd get, and I just used to wind him up, and it was, and my mother-in-law and my wife would say, look, stop winding him up. I found it quite funny, and so I eventually did, but just basically started to write down about those days when we had those arguments, and it reminded me of that guy Alf Garnett, and don't know if you ever saw that show. It was an old show back in the 70s, I think.
I was still Wayne.
I can't even remember what it was called, but basically the young guy in it was a socialist and he was a capitalist, and he loved the royal family and all that. And this other guy wanted to abolish them, and it was a comedy. So I started to. In fact, there was a play that a writer from Scotland, Ronnie somebody, had said to me. She wrote the first. She came on and I was asking her about it, and she said, I'll write the first scene. And she wrote a scene, and then I don't know if she was in poor health. I got I'm warbling on here. But anyway, but I never heard from her again that lay there. But during the COVID period, I got it back out, and I thought, right, okay. So basically, I wrote a wee comedy about, and put a lot of songs into it. And yeah, it was, and just over the years, any time I hear a new joke, I think that'll fit in.
So you've been writing this for decades.
Yeah, so I think it's about time. I was actually going to try and find myself. There must be plenty of people out there with the skills to make a wee movie, and plenty of people in the movement with acting skills, I would think, to act out the parts. But I think, again, it's the arts. I think it's a comedy. It's got independent songs in it, and it talks about the independence story. And through the arts, we can get the message out. So yeah, I was basically, I'm going to start pushing that, I think, before I do much else.
So you're looking for what? Male actors, female actors, old, young, ugly, beautiful?
Yeah, I'm looking for. There's not that many actors in it, to be honest with you. But I think there's only about 6 or 7 parts in it. I wrote it as a play so that it could be done, and it could be done with very few people.
So it'll be more of a movie, though, huh?
Was that? Yeah, well, I thought it'd probably be easier to do it as a movie and put it on YouTube than it would be to get somebody to come up.
We have a volunteer. Look at this, Pat Lee.
Who's that?
Your man's here acting.
Somebody that knows how to make movies, basically, and direct movies.
Pat Lee's volunteering to be one of the actors.
Pat Lee, he could be my father-in-law. I didn't actually write it as my father-in-law. I mean, that was the inspiration for it. I wrote it as a young Pepper jock, but with his own father. But I think I think it's time for me to bow out anyway, because I'm. But it'd be quite nice to get a young guy to play Pepper Jock, and because that also will help to attract younger people into it.
I think you should get your son to play the parts.
Yeah, I'd love to. Or my grandson. My grandson Kieran's a great wee singer and a good wee guitarist as well.
Really? Because like with the Bob Marley movie, it was like Ziggy Marley and Rita Marley were involved in it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's no cool to sing your granddad's songs, is it? Do you know what I mean? Or play your
I think
granddad's
it's cool.
song. Yeah, maybe. I'll maybe put it to him. But yeah, I need to push
even
that
my
one.
granddad and I sing your songs.
Listen, I think we'll do another song, because I'm warbling on. I'm going to get a glass of water. This
you
is
need the water.
Put the Freedom Train on, I think.
Yes.
Have ourselves a right good drink when we listen carefully, my friend, it's floating on the breeze. You can hear the whistle blowing from Thurso to Dumfries. Get the kids to carry out and don't forget the wife. Hop on board the Freedom Train for the ride of your life. Get on board, get on board. The Freedom Train when it comes rolling through. Get down to the station, destination, liberation. Sing this song, it won't take long for us to see this through. Round and round. Every day the Freedom Train rolls from town to town. Some say the train goes too fast, some say it goes too slow. But it's heading in the right direction that we truly know. Get on board, get on board. The Freedom Train when it comes rolling through. Get down to the station, destination, liberation. Sing this song, it won't take long for us to see this through. Sometimes the going gets rough. If we all stay on board, that sure will be enough. So here's a hand, my trusty friend, he's a hand, no dime. We'll have ourselves a right good drink when we cross the finish line. Get on board, get on board. The Freedom Train when it comes rolling through. Get down to the station, destination, liberation. Sing this song, it won't take long for us to see this through. Get on board, get on board. The Freedom Train when it comes rolling through. Get down to the station, destination, liberation. Sing this song, it won't take long for us to see this through. Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot for all lang syne? For all lang syne, my dear, for all lang syne, we'll take a couple kindness yet for all lang syne.
Yeah,
Wow.
somebody asked where that was. That's Loch Wirral. That bothy's at Loch Wirral in Glen Isla, up in the Angus Glens here. It's not too far from my house actually. It's about maybe about 5 miles away. But yeah, it's a shame
That's
because that
fantastic.
bothy used to always be open, you know, and you could go up there and they always put wood in the bothy at the fire, and there was always a kettle and all that there just in case anybody get kind of stuck.
Aye.
And when I was up there, it was locked, and they locked it because people were actually up there and vandalising it, you know, which is
I
yeah,
heard somebody
it's a
talking about
lovely
that.
bothy. But if you go to the lodge, the Rottle Lodge, I think, and ask for the key, they'll give you the key. But as I say, it used to just lie open, and it was nice just to go up there and sit in the bothy. And yes, it's not a difficult walk. It's quite funny though because when I was going up to film that, I kind of stopped about 2/3 of the way up, and I was having a wee sandwich in a rock, and I could see this Land Rover coming up for the bottom, and it got up and it got to me, and he stopped. He says, "What are you doing?" I says, "I'm just going up there to do some filming." He says, "All right, okay." He says, "Do you want? I'll give you a lift up." So I jumped in the Land Rover. So it was the guy who owned the estate, right? He's got to be a young, isn't he? He's
Oh
an
my
English
God.
guy, and he's got all the tweeds and all that on, and I'm sitting in the
Oh
back. He's saying,
no.
so I says, I'm just going to take some photographs and that a wee bit because I love it up here. It's really nice. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yes. I'd love to see your videos and all that.
Oh no,
I'm
Graham.
thinking, nah, you don't want to see this video, but I never let on. It's quite funny. But it was very nice of him to give me a lift up, and that's when he was telling me that they had to keep it locked because it had been
Gets
vandalised a few
vandalized.
times.
I
Great
heard
shame.
that about another bothy that's been totally vandalized. And the thing is, bothies are
Yeah.
so much
Who
a
would
lot
do
older.
that?
It's unnecessary to keep them.
Yeah, I mean, who would go up? So obviously a hill walker, somebody that likes walking up hills, and then he got up hills and they trashed the bothy. I don't get it.
I know.
I
It's
don't get it.
tragic.
Must be a
Okay,
yin.
Graham,
Must be a
this
yin.
this movie that you're gonna make, it's gonna be fantastic, and it looks like everybody's interested. Pets volunteered,
Yeah,
so I think this is really fantastic, and it's something for everybody to look forward to and get like Scottish
yeah,
actors involved, actresses,
yeah. I
people
should
as
actually,
extras.
I'll maybe speak to Big Pete actually because I know he's done a bit of acting.
Yeah.
Pete Scally. I've not seen Pete for a long time actually.
And there was a video that you made. I remember it was before one of the marchers landed up at the Drover, and you had what's his name? Oh God, Pedro in it, and Donna Banks, and a whole bunch of people.
Oh yeah. That was an
You want
old
to play
blues
that
song.
tune?
I'll try and play it. It's we're playing a lot of slow songs, but yeah, okay. Let's
It's
yeah. That was
fine.
low me a phone.
You're just
Uh,
overcritical of your own music. Everybody else loves it.
yeah, that was a funny day. That wasn't it. Here it's here. Yeah,
I know
yeah.
because we arrived there just after you had filmed it, and I wish we got there in time.
Yeah, yeah, I've got it.
someone I gotta get on the line. Somebody loan me a phone. I don't want to waste any more of that sweet woman's time. Yeah, I know I've been drinking, but I know my own mind. No one should treat a woman the way I treated her. It's wrong. For all the times I made her cry, she stayed strong. So somebody loan me a phone. Let me make the call to right the wrong. Hey baby, it's me, and I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been a fool, and I know it. Deep down inside, I always knew that you're the sweet, kind-hearted woman, and I want to spend my life with you. Yes, I do.
Oh, that
That
was
was a good one.
brilliant.
The funny
You know,
thing was, I actually wish I had another camera there, because when the two of them were running down the street, all the cars that were going by were all people out the window, Elvis, Elvis, you know.
Oh
And
well,
some
I
of the
tell you what,
comments were
I remember
brilliant.
when we got there, Pete Scully and Pedro was still trying to catch their breath.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a good day. And Donna walks out. We walk in the morning to start the filming. You know, I think we're meeting at 1 o'clock.
Aye.
And Donna walks in and she says, I hope you don't mind, but my brother's a caterer and he did a big function last night. He's got a lot of stuff left, so I just
Oh,
brought some down. Is that so? I bring it in. So we've got all these trays of sandwiches and cakes and all that all along the bar at one point. Great
I
day.
know there was still
Uh,
some when we
and,
got there. It was brilliant.
and so much fun. And yeah, I mean, Pedro and Pete just really, that was big. It was good of them to do it, you know. It was good of them to put those
Well, this
outfits
is
on.
what
And
can happen, when you make this movie and it can be
yeah,
like Scottish actors and all of this, and Scottish movie producers and all of this, and it's something for everybody to get involved in. Oh, I know that person, it's like we should be using our own talent, isn't it? Maybe
yeah,
get some.
yeah. I mean, there's got to be people that are studying music production in the indie movement, you know, and people,
Ah,
camera people. I'm
and we
sure
get
we could.
some people to paint some murals that go in the movie.
Yeah, well, as I say, I think you use the arts to build a movement, you know, and as I say, as I think it was Tommy said, you know, you put the message in a song, and if
Yes.
people sing that song, then the message can get repeated and it's a worm that can get into people's head. But the
And
other
you've
and
got
on
30
on
songs.
that on that thing, the other project I'm working on at the moment is and Pat knows this and you know this because I've spoken to
Yeah.
both of you about it. Is putting an indie radio station together, which is a radio station that will play independent songs and only independent songs,
Yes.
24/7. You know, so I'm
In the
actually
rollout to independence.
yeah. I mean, so anybody can tune into it and they'll just hear independent songs one after the other. Do you know? And also, it's also a good place for, people to advertise, and not that we'd be charging any money, but like the wee indie cafe where they're going to be, or any
Yeah, people can
marches
play
when
it
they're
in all
going
the
to be,
places. In the
like
hub.
like the Grangemouth thing, just have adverts coming up telling people where to be and when to be. But
Aye.
I think
Communicate virtual.
yeah, somebody's saying nice radio, independent Scotland, and basically, yeah, that maybe change it. What was that? Radio Independent Scotland, Riz
Aye.
Radio, RIS. Yeah, well done, Chris.
Well, you've
RIS
got a name already. What is it,
Radio.
Graham? Tell them.
No, but I like that better.
No, I
Riz
like your
Radio.
name. Come on.
Well, it was. I think it might have been Pat that came up with it, actually. Sounds of Freedom.
Sounds of
Sounds of
Scotland.
Freedom. No, it was actually Sounds of Freedom. I got it wrong. Sounds of Scotland.
Well, it's
But I like that.
immortalized in the outro.
What was
So,
that? What was that? And
which one?
can we put that up with that guy? Oh.
Oh, hold on a
Anyway,
second.
yeah, I thought the reason for this is basically.
There,
Yeah.
Radio Independent Scotland.
Jem, write that down. I don't have a pen. Oh, I have.
I'll
What was
do it
it,
for
Chris? Radio Independent Scotland. I think that because then it is Riz Radio, which has got a wee ring to it. But yeah, basically the reason behind that was I just thought there's no place for me to get my music out. Obviously, nobody's ever going to play me
you.
on
And same with
commercial
other
radio
musicians.
stations
Like,
because of my political views. But that, so basically what that does is that's because there's no outlet for the music. That stops the next generation, the younger guys, which we need.
exactly.
We need the young musicians because they attract the young people. We need them to get involved. And if there's no outlet for the music, then they're not going to write independent songs, you know. So
Absolutely.
at
We need
least
the
it
young
gives
people
a
involved.
yeah, and also the young people can sing the songs that I've written, Graham Brown's written, Kevin Gore's written, Pete Scally's written, Thomas MacArthur, who's on there's written. Do you know, they can sing, they can also take from that pool because a lot of young Irish singers sing old traditional songs, you know.
Exactly.
But,
We've got so many indie musicians, like all the people who play at the Festival. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
fantastic. So it's going to be online radio 24/7 and just independent songs, everyone. It's
yeah.
fantastic.
Pure independence. So if you're driving in your car, you can flick. You'd need to use your phone, I think, but you would, it would be through Facebook or something. But you just go on there and it's just music and it's just coming at you all the time.
Oh, there you
Uh,
go. Scottish Independent Radio, Sir for short.
it's a radio. Yeah. But sir, I
So,
mean, come on.
and you
Too much
said
to be
we
a
wouldn't
sir.
last 2 hours, Graham. Like, I'm literally gonna, if you agree, we'll have you back on here because we didn't even get to a tiny bit of your songs. Like, and all
Yeah.
this beautiful good news, making a movie about independence and independent radio. So we'll see you guys.
Hopefully, yeah. Riz Radio. Riz Radio. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want
Guys,
to
just
say
keep
there's
it
another
going.
giveaway, Graham.
The radio is where
We
you
give a
can.
giveaway to Chris Fisher because he's been on there the whole time blasting out, and he used to listen to the I Write show, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I think we should send Chris for his contributions. We'll send him a CD or something if he
Okay,
gets his.
so it's Hash Priest Dumble, it's Save Grangemouth, it's David, Chris Fisher, and you guys can get downloads, free downloads or something, or you can get a CD. You just need to send me a message on the Wee Jem Show on Facebook page
I'll get it
and
organised.
give
Yeah.
me your details, and then we'll stalk you, and come and sing independent songs outside your house.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll
Um,
maybe do that. We'll maybe try and get a wee flash mob together again and sing. I've always wanted to do it in Princes Square in Buchanan Street. I
well,
think
can
it's
we
just
put a
set up.
flash mob in your movie?
No, I think it's a movie on its own. I think if you just you've got 3 levels there. So you'll have the wee guys. If somebody I always sort of start at the bottom singing the vow. And then by
Aye.
the time the wee guy throws you out, you've got people at every level singing it. And they can't
Oh,
get
that's
everybody
beautiful.
out, So it's always been a great idea of mine. So that's another one I'll need to try and push. So if 20 or 30 people or 50 people want to get together, let me know.
Well, I'm happy to help as well. And I just saw that we had 102 people watching the show tonight, which is really nice. And we got 20.
Is that?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Yeah. Well, we finish off with I'm thinking
What's
the
the
sun
time?
shines in Scotland. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. It's been wonderful. Don't forget to message me the people who want CDs. It's Hash Priest Dumble, Save Grangemouth, David, and Chris Fisher. And we'll get Graham back again because he's bloody marvelous. Don't forget to go and
thanks very
download
much.
from Bandcamp. Go get his songs on Bandcamp. And
I
no, wait,
hope I-
Graham, there's one more thing I need to do before you do that. Can I just play this? Okay, after you do the song, I'm just going to put something up about Grangemouth after you do the song.
Can I just say, if you go into Bandcamp, you can listen to all the albums free of charge. They don't charge. After you've played them a couple of times, they'll ask you to buy them, but you don't have to. You can just ignore it and it'll play for you. So if you want
Yeah,
to listen
Molly-
to them,
Molly, get hold of him via Bandcamp, I think.
no, Bandcamp. It's a website. Yeah, no, it's
Molly wants to
Yeah.
get hold of you. How does she get hold of you, Graham? Through You've
well,
got a YouTube channel. You've got a YouTube channel.
got a YouTube channel, Pepper Jock channel on YouTube.
Okay, Molly, get hold of him on his YouTube channel, I think.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably put that radio station on YouTube as well when we
Yep.
get it.
So that's been. So
Yeah,
Graham's going to play a
brilliant.
tune.
No,
Then
listen, thanks for taking the time to listen to this boring old guy.
oh, you're awesome, Graham. You're one of my
I'll get
heroes.
back
I
to you.
think you're marvelous.
So you want to finish? Did you want to put a message up before I put this song
No,
on?
play the song, and then I'll put something about Grangemouth. Then you can play one more song, and then we'll do the outro.
Okay.
When the sun shines in Scotland, that's the place I want to be. Oh, when the sun shines in Scotland, that's the place I want to be. I'll spend my winters in the mountains, I'll spend my summers by the sea. I'll have a fry up for my breakfast,
steak pie for my tea. I'll have a fry-up for my breakfast, and I'll have steak pie for my tea. I'll drink my whiskey in the evening with my friends for company. So when the sun shines in Scotland, that's the place I long to be.
Molly, the channel to the
when the
Pepper Drop
sun
channel.
shines in Scotland, that's the place I long to be. I'll spend my winters in the mountains, I'll spend my summers by the sea. Take your foot off of the pedal, don't let the good times pass you by. Yeah, take your foot off of the pedal, don't let the good times pass you by. If you're looking for a good life, then give Scotland a try. So when the sun shines in Scotland, that's the place I want to be. Oh, when the sun shines in Scotland, that's the place I want to be. I'll spend my winters in the mountains, I'll spend my summers by the sea. So when the sun shines in Scotland, that's the place I long to be. Oh, when the sun shines in Scotland, that's the place I long to be. I'll spend my winters in the mountains, I'll spend my summers by the sea.
Sorry, Jim.
Oh, that's one of my favorite songs, honestly. Like, seriously.
Thank you.
So, I just wanted to say thanks for everyone listening. We're still going to have another tune. I just want to see if this works. It may not work, but there's going to be an event at Grangemouth on the 1st of March, Saturday, the 1st of March, next Saturday. And we're going to have some speakers. Pat Lee's going to be one of the speakers, and we've got another speaker as well. It's in the whole independence movement. Literally, we call it the Sovereign Scot Independence Movement. Is invited everybody. So get your asses down there, and let's support Grangemouth. It's all about saving our only oil refinery. We can do it. There is an idea out there that I think that we can actually do, and sometimes you have to break the system and rebuild it. So that's me. I'm the rebel, and I'm literally. Somebody brought up something that it's got to be non-copyrighted music. That's the whole thing. Is a lot of the indie movement musicians are not signed, and that's how we're doing the show tonight. Like we're doing audio radio, really. And we can do it because we are breaking the system.
Yeah, so it won't be copyrighted. My music isn't copyrighted, and so I'm hoping the other guys will come in. I haven't asked them yet, but none of their music's copyrighted either, so we're fine.
Yeah, so I'm going to have some of them on the shows. I think already there's organized. I'm going to be doing, we'll do Sean Moore, we'll do Pete Skelly. I've got another Scottish musician up, I've got Pat Lee up on Friday. It's going to be fun. Okay, let me try and play this. It's literally about Grangemouth, and it's just a quick little thing with a little tune on it. Hopefully it works.
Lasses and here terrible lasses. A chill starts with contemplating truth and heal your person. Green lilacs he cries with Lee, and autism comes from and Lee. He swears to like the rents, he says it runs go worse when he gets mad. Though a spearwoman told sail on their pensions lost and justice run, he sparkle care, he sparkle fight, yet still they wait me coin in sight. Green lilacs he vows again, yet all from shiver cold with kind for winter's grip is sharp and cruel, and let's not bed heating full. I labour's got its claws in detour bears, the bears that you lock all week. They'll no repeal, they'll no make right, they'll just say what the Tories might. Meanwhile it's he cries and you while slushing help fade those nice still the secrets are yet the souls in me, they'll feel the weight to labour's greed. Women toil sail on their pensions lost the justice run. He sparkled here, he sparkled fight, yet still they wait me coin in sight. The Tory clan and London steam as labour's way a broken dream, but Scotland's fate when navy sway will topple top and they never trade the walls. Proclaim a nuclear dream, but just a name. He sparkle lights, he sparkle cheer, yet left us in the dark with fear. A Tory clan on the scheme, that's labour's way, a broken dream. But Scotland's fate when navy sway will tower path and they bear betray.
Okay. Are we there?
Yep.
Sorry about that. It was just like a little thing I squeezed together really quickly before we went on air. So I hope we're going to see everybody at Grangemouth. Is there anything you want to say, Graham?
No, thanks for listening to me, and I appreciate the nice comments I got tonight. Thank you very much. It makes it all worthwhile. When you sit in a wee studio on your own, you know, you're kind of detached from the world.
I think
everybody
loves you, Graham.
Thank you.
And you're valued and appreciated and very, very respected. And I'm so looking forward to your radio station. So
thank you very much.
It's been wonderful having you on the show, and I'm going to beg you to please come back again and we'll do another show because you got such brilliant music, and I think everybody really said they enjoyed that. So hopefully you'll agree to that.
Okay, I will do.
Okay, so you're going to play the last tune out, Graham.
Oh, do you want a tune? Okay, sorry, I wasn't. I would have looked it up while that was on. Let's play Alba Gubarati, see he's out there. Oh, no,
okay,
listen. Yeah, I'm going to play another song. This is a wee song for, I wrote about Gaza. But I'm going to play this because I couldn't get the vocal right on it. So I called up a guy called Ian Eddie Brown from Dundee. Big indie supporter, fantastic voice. I think probably one of the best voices ever, unique voices ever to come out of Scotland. So big plug for Ian Eddie Brown. So we'll check out this one. As I say, it's a wee song about Gaza. I'll see if I can get it down.
Oh, there was another one we talked about. You're going to have to come back, Graham. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You've been wonderful, and I can't believe we had 103 people watching. It's amazing. Thank you,
guys. Take care. Bye. Here's Ian.
Condemn the oppressed, the oppressor wants to know. Would you block the tyrant's path, or step aside and let him go? Are you the shrinking violet, or the one who steals the show? Or are you just too busy? Does the thief have your blessing? Will you ignore the victim's pain? And when the robber
20 years for throwing stones. Do you ask what's that about? Will you stand up and fight for justice when injustice has taken control? Or are you just too busy? Stand up for mothers, for children who are slaughtered by the bomb? Or will you excuse the bomber when they tell you they were wrong?
Thank you, everyone.
Will you shelter the leper, or will you join the stoning throng? Or are you just too busy? And when that tortured land is empty and no one walks beneath its sky, will you pursue the killers or let sleeping dogs lie? Will you stand up and be counted when they turn their guns on you? Or are you just too busy? This was all done for resources, the corporate sleight of hand. Millions killed and displaced for the gas beneath their land. Will you raise your voice for peace, for justice, for Julian Assange? Or are you just too busy? Or are you just too busy? Or are you just too busy?
Wow, what a tune. Graham, where are you? Graham. Okay. Thank you for playing that song. It's so meaningful. And I think what we say, like Nelson Mandela said, we are not free until we are all free. And that was really meaningful. I had tears in my eyes, honestly, and other people did as well, Graham. Thank you for
Thank
playing
you.
that song.
No bother.
And
Right.
thank you,
I'll leave that
everybody.
with the last of wine.
So let's play the outro. Graham made the outro as well. So hopefully we'll see you again soon, guys. And we'll have Graham back again. Thank you, everybody. Love you all madly. Bye, bye, bye. Anything you want to say, Graham?
While the unicorn,
Oh, wait.
while the unicorn is chained to the lion with the crown, I will never rest. I will never back down. With the trusty sword of truth and the shield of integrity, I will fight until I die. For the unicorn is free. While the unicorn is chained to the lion with the crown, I will never rest. I will never back down. With the trusty sword of truth and the shield of integrity, I will fight until I die. all the